It was idea behind it. I just had to look like it. I didn't even know you were recording. I was just doing it for fun.
But yours is way too sweet. This man has 3 sugars always in his coffee.
My man. You need to fix that sentence.
Okay, my man. No, but that's way too much. That's not okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to Coffee in Bed with...
Is that a fly?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me, is that the Moth Man? I don't know why I was expecting that.
Oh my goodness. I watched this one documentary with my best friend about like this. I first saw it by myself. It's about like this man, but he looks like a moth. And people get like very scared from it. And apparently people assume that's how natural disasters occur. Like apparently when the Mothman appears, that's when bad stuff happens. So yeah.
Don't it? I underplay it. Because she was very afraid of the Mothman for like 2 months straight.
I really was.
Yeah, you were. I must say she's starting to feel old. We're like sitting in bed and talking about like things that we did months ago. Do you remember that time? But I don't mind. I like the getting old of her. We were having this discussion earlier, and and we both really just appreciate like growing old of one another. I feel like it's a thing like very few people appreciate, you know.
Yeah.
But again, I think it's very like the amount of people that get to experience growing together is so little actually, you know.
Yeah.
Because most people are like, oh, you know, when you're young, you should like go have fun, you know. You shouldn't like settle down. So a lot of people never grow up together. And growing up isn't just like you going from 0 to 18, you know. Growing up is like everyone's always still growing up, you know. You can still be 70 and growing up.
Yeah.
And it's just sad that everyone has this mindset of like, oh yeah, you should like go have fun and like you shouldn't settle down and all this nonsense.
Yeah. Especially women, I think they immediately want to go for a man that has money or and like has built success for himself. But don't you already want someone that you can grow with?
Yeah.
And I think like for example, like now, obviously like people when they're young as well, and I'm speaking on behalf of specifically females when they're young, they want someone that already has so much money, but that's like very implausible for someone that's so young. Like only like the 1%, like if you were born rich or like you worked as something like very young when you're in school and stuff.
I wouldn't want to be with someone who was born rich though.
Yeah.
Because like most of the time I can't imagine I have any good work ethic.
Yeah, no. Erin,
What are you doing with your toe?
no, okay, no, leave me, no, no.
My dear, why?
I'm sorry. Okay.
You're hurting your toe. You're gonna break your toe. That's like literally, my dear. Let me just check here. I'm serious. Let me just check.
I promise it's okay.
Holy shit.
It's okay, I promise.
That's not okay.
My dear, I promise you it doesn't
My
matter.
dear, Nia.
I promise.
Leafy.
Pinky, I won't do it anymore. Pinky's words. Pinky, thank you.
No names here.
Yeah.
Oh.
My best friend, she knows someone like, she had of this family, and this is like a very rich area, and even like the children that were brought up very rich, they have like no sense of direction in life. They just like drinking and doing drugs all day. There's no need for them to earn money because they know that they have like generational wealth. Go for someone that has a growth mindset that actually wants to achieve something for themselves.
I mean, like, if you have so much money, then, like, I understand, like, I would also probably just party all the time. Like, let's be fair. Like, to be fair, okay, like, if I had a bunch of money, I'm not gonna go through, like, all the pain and suffering of, like, trying to make more money. I know that sounds terrible to say, but I'm thinking about it realistically, right?
No, realistically, yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna go try to study at Harvard if I'm like, so rich and I know, like, oh, my family is just gonna give me all the money.
No, but their families even, like, will pay for everything, your studies and everything. That's...
Yeah, I think that, like, that's what rich people
Don't
do.
you want to take advantage of that? Like, my man, like...
No, but you're thinking about it like, oh, like, look at how, like, upskilled I can be. And that's how you view it, okay?
Yeah.
But why do you want to be upskilled?
Because money provides so many opportunities.
No, but what you use those opportunities to make more money. Okay, but they don't look at it that way because they don't need to do that to make more money.
Yeah.
They have enough money where you can just, like, throw that money into a house. Or no, like, you don't buy, like, a single house. You can buy, like... buy a house at a holiday resort to like rent it out to people.
But imagine like as a man, how embarrassing that is.
But it's not embarrassing because no one cares because you have so much money that whatever problems you have, they just throw money at the problems.
No, but I mean, as in like the fact that like imagine as a man, okay, you're bringing a girl home and you're like
The type of goals. No, but I understand where you're coming from. Like the type of
yeah.
goals they're bringing home don't care about those things, you know.
Why not?
Because they probably pick them up in like Ferraris, okay, like sports cars.
Yeah.
Okay, I can show you how many goals like the amount of goals that
What
have like good
girls?
values.
Yeah.
Or like literally like a handful.
It's not difficult to find a partner, but it's difficult to find a good partner.
Yeah.
Because you can find love
And it's
anywhere, but not true
impossible
love.
to find the best partner because I'm already taken.
That's very true. No, I have to be so careful. Like, so when they, like, apparently the house that they moved into was his dad's holiday house. Like, he didn't buy it or anything. And, like, imagine how embarrassing that is as a man to say, like, oh, this isn't my house. This isn't...
Unless if it was, like, a nice house.
Okay. Hey, you're terrible. You're horrid. But think, how embarrassing is that as of, like, a man? Like, I didn't build this for myself. I didn't build this for you. I just took this from my parents.
And, yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
It'll be difficult to feel guilty if it's, like, a 2-story mansion, though.
Okay, it's not that big. Though.
Okay, no,
it's just a house.
I know it feel bad.
It's a nice house,
Yeah,
but
I know it feel bad.
Yeah.
Would you feel bad if it's like a 2-story mansion?
No.
No.
But how many people have a 2-story mansion?
I don't know. We were talking about rich people, so it was just my assumption. No, okay, but like, back to our original point, right? Like, I understand where you're coming from. Like, take full advantage of the money, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, they didn't see it that way because they don't need to take advantage of the money because the money isn't going anywhere. They've always had that much money, you know. They don't need to go study to make more money, you know, because you want to get a high education so you can upskill yourself so you can make more money.
Mm.
But they don't have to do those things, you know.
Yeah, no. No, I agree with you. I think it's just much more beautiful to grow with someone because you saw them from step 0 and then you grew them to, I don't know, step 100 where you can say like, you know, I was behind them. I was with them the whole time.
I was in front of them.
Okay. I was with them the whole time and I was supporting them and I knew they could do it.
Yeah, and like telling stories like, oh yeah, you know the time like we both didn't know if this was gonna work out, like we didn't know if this deal was gonna work out, we didn't know like what we're gonna do that week. Like money was very tight. Like those stories are probably like insane to tell after you guys like both made it.
Yeah.
You know?
I heard of this story where this man and woman wanted to, like, this man got into like a very big like investment, got a big opportunity from his business or something. And he asked his wife, obviously,
Yeah.
hey, should we do this? And then the wife asked, like, do you think there could be like some good benefits from it? And he said, of course, we could be very, very stable financially. And then she asked, like, okay, well, do you think we can recover if it all goes like doesn't go well? And he said, like,
yeah.
we can probably still
if we
survive.
ration the food.
If we
Well, you know that like chicken in the fridge. If we make that last one extra rounds, then yeah.
like we can basically still survive.
If the deal goes well,
Okay.
we can have two chickens this week.
And I just thought that was a beautiful story because like he ended up going into investment and then they're very financially successful. You should go for your passions. Only if it's within reason.
And only if you talk to your partner about it before doing it.
Oh yeah, no.
Like that's very important.
But you know what he said? He's like, oh, you know, do you think it's okay if I buy a house in Italy without telling you?
That's from one exception. Everything else I share with you.
Yeah, but like what? That's a big investment.
No, but I'll make sure we have enough money that it's not a big investment. That was my promise to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said like if I know and you know, like we both we won't notice if that money disappeared.
We won't notice.
Like if we make so much money that that money like disappears and we don't notice, then I can buy it without talking to you about it.
Yes.
You see, that's completely fair.
And you read all the papers and stuff, which I know you'll do regardless.
I feel like I'm not reading the papers in any ways. Like
Yeah,
the contract
I
I
know,
showed you skipped all over everything.
There's a lot of writing.
Yeah, how do you
Yeah.
know? Like, how are we gonna decide for our house?
It's a lot of writing.
Talking about our houses, when we get our first house, do you want to co-sign it, or is it going to be just my name, and is it your name, or do you want to co-sign it?
Yeah, I know both names.
I just like always wondered about it.
Yeah, I think both names.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless if it was two separate properties and one person has a one house under
Why?
their name. I don't know. Isn't that like some people what they do? But you know what I saw was very funny?
That's so strange. Why not just like co-sign both?
No, that's what I thought as well. I think that's strange, but that links back to the other thing.
Yeah.
Remember when I told you that I was working that one time, and
There's only one time that you just told me you're working. Yeah.
I was working this one time, and like the couple that was with me, they had like a son, and I said like I was making conversation, and then I said, okay, so how are we gonna pay for this card, cash? And they said like, okay, can we split it? And I said, oh, okay.
Oh, you told me about that.
And so can we split it? And I said, oh, okay. And I'm nosy. I'm very nosy. So if you don't mind me asking, why is that? And then they just said like, oh, that's just how it always been at the start of our marriage. And I was like, oh, okay.
It just seems like so much extra work.
Yeah, it does.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I would just be like, okay, let me just pay, because I'm way too lazy to just split it every time.
Oh, yeah, no. Okay, I love it when you do this stuff.
Okay, and see, here we go again. And then she grabs the phone out of my hand to make sure I can.
Yeah, but you need to say if you can move. So it's okay. But I don't mind him paying. I don't mind you paying because you're the man. I think that's very good.
I'm not trying to like save money when I'm in Australia. I don't save money compared to like here. Because Australia, like for what we bought today would probably be like $500, where here it's like 50 rand.
Oh yeah, that's so true. We did our first full body massage today, and I felt like I had a spiritual awakening during. No, but like I was so shocked. The place looks so beautiful.
Where's that? We need that in this video.
I thought it was so beautiful. They tell you to like basically get in nothing except your underwear. And I was like, oh, this is very nice. And they massage it everywhere with the hot rocks. Anyway, besides the point.
Some of the rocks were quite warm.
Yeah,
like I actually started burning. Actually, if you kept it up too long in like one spot, it actually started like hurting a tiny bit.
He made a little joke. What jokes did you say to the lady that was doing you? Because you said that they were massaging you like very close to your bum.
I don't know what jokes I was saying to the girl who was doing me. I don't know.
Okay, because apparently they were massaging very close to his bum. And
they were touching they weren't massaging my bum. She literally like put her hands down my underwear.
That's how they massage.
My dear, is this how they massage?
Yeah, they did.
Is this how they massage?
Yeah. They have to get all up in there. And what did you say? You said, I don't know how my girlfriend would feel about this.
Oh, yeah.
And then, even at the start of the appointment, the lady asked, like, oh, can you take off your clothes, except being your underwear? And then, what did you say? He just asked him that just for me.
Is that Dad?
Dad?
We need his opinion. We need to give his. No, he can't give his opinion on his spiritual awakening. Come on.
Okay.
We're busy with the Franco and some late night coffee podcast. We need your opinions on your spiritual awakening. Yeah, today with the spa.
How was it?
Exactly.
It was exactly.
The microphone. Speaking to the microphone, please, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Apparently, some had a spiritual awakening.
I did.
Let's just pause. Okay.
Okay, go back. Come back. Come back. Wave.
Hi.
Very good. Okay.
We're back, guys. Back from our ad break. Make sure to buy our merch, and our episode will continue like after this another ad segment. The damn sheep have been acting up again. Hi, wife. The damn sheep always busy. Yeah, on the farm they say another day of hard work.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Like, even like the spa that we went to, we've learned that apparently like the currency that I am from, it's way more expensive.
You don't know what currency you are.
I don't want to say. I don't know. I don't want to say. Apparently it's going to be like $300. And like all this from when we did the spa. How much was it? $300 for six people.
You don't want to give away your location, but you want to give away my location. How does that work?
How are they going to figure this out?
They can figure it out. Like, I'm sure it's like quite figurable. Like, if I wanted to figure this out, I would look at these things first. You don't find those things anywhere else in the world, okay? What, you didn't find this in China? That's already like half. That's already like half the world gone. What does that look like? Asian?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Why are you narrowing it down for these people? No.
I'm doing like the bare minimum, guys. Like, guys, I'm just helping you a tiny bit here, okay?
Stop it. So from where I am, $300 for 2 people, okay? Because it's $150 per person for 60-minute full body massage. And here, for 6 people, you can get full body massages for 60 minutes for $300. That's insane. But it was very good. It was very good, but
What are you?
forgive me. Oh, that was a big thud.
That's just that locking doors. So in other words, you're like showing them that I'm in a location where the spas are cheaper, so they'll track me down easier.
They're not gonna know, and you're not gonna be here for long anyway. Why would you pull that out of your ass out of nowhere?
I don't know. These people love me. They might get them or something.
Okay. And what we also do, you want to share the story that you were telling Dad about the grandpa's house, the yellow walls?
I know. I don't want to give more personal information out.
Okay.
Like some stories I tell you guys because like your family, you know. You want to tell the story about when you were a little kid? The story that was very personal towards us.
Which one?
No, that was just like me proving a point.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
What?
Yeah.
You want me to like bring actual personal experiences you have?
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
No, about the relationship thing, I think people take relationships way too casually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.